are live, just
We
like.
just went live on ceiling nights, thank you.
Gotcha.
It sounds very familiar.
Yeah, you know, I got to know him on the Metro project, Division 20 and these other ones. So helping out.
Oh, very cool,
Yeah,
very cool. Yes, I do. Can't place, you know.
Like, it seems like such an
I
extreme
totally-
setup for a,
I know, but I just have to kind of
Yeah.
place it.
yeah.
Where is that?
So when I was.
Do you have Wi-Fi here?
Yes, we do.
We do. So let me make my computer accessible.
I could not tell you what it is. I think it's like spring something. Is the password, but I'm not sure. The password, I was trying to think
Yeah,
of the
there's,
password.
it's what.
Oh, yeah, the password, there it is.
Yeah.
In front of John.
In front of me.
Can you read what that says?
Okay, let me go there. Okay, let me just come over there and.
He's going spring and 2022.
Did you get that email I sent you about the motion that?
Oh, yeah, I just, I started writing it.
Yeah, okay, this is,
And Gloria said, oh, it would be nice if we knew about this, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, this is just the progression.
Yeah.
I said, they made the decision to close down the Men's Central Jail. And I said, I mean, that was a long time ago that we had that.
What was crazy is like, and this, I guess I didn't consent, I was ready to, it was, I think Friday was the day it was supposed to have so far.
Okay.
Like March 31st, I saw some article and I like talked about it, so I thought that was kind of funny that I was like, they were like, it was supposed to be closed today, like, here's what's going on now.
Well, I thought I didn't think they had it.
Can you just start a plan?
Telling us, just don't worry about, don't worry, it's not necessary unless we have a plan.
There's a. I don't know how that date was, but it was like, yeah, interesting.
Hi, Corey.
And then it was Hilda Sleazy, Lindsay Horvath. She's been put on the board, so, but the whole, it's, I told Gloria, I said, do you have any interest in it?
Funny, this has never happened.
And
It's never happened, like when we were.
what's the plan? And we'll pay some of these committees.
Yeah.
You want to set up, stuff, but what is the plan?
No, it's on tomorrow.
Well, interesting, because Andrew give you the heads up.
I said, no, that's a continuation of the conversation about the closing of Men's Central Jail.
Yeah, on the water.
Horrible one, man. He's a decoy, right?
When they go by Sabina, they not like they go to different customers, but because
Yeah.
worse supervisors now.
So.
Seems kind of-
It's like very.
Yes.
Is it works or?
I think it's just like sitting at these
Really?
for homeless.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, I think they're not using these.
Okay.
Cause it's like
Oh,
very.
Like 10 days a month,
Okay. Oh,
but you can do like 20 days 1 month and 30 days on the next.
got it. It's just in a calendar year?
It's just a calendar year.
Okay.
I think hers is the same way too.
980.
Very nice seasonal.
Yeah.
Seasonal work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a little bit about this.
They're over on Foothill in Monroe. It's no, they're on that hill in weird Monrovia, and they bought a building.
And then.
They actually bought a building and they are sharing offices with
That's what.
They actually, it's
Not
actually.
as efficient with your time, yeah.
Right, right. And I don't know why that's bad. All a good thing.
Yeah.
All the
Stuff like
upper district, and then downstairs, the meeting, a nice big meeting room. And then the economic partnership offices on the back side of the meeting room. They real swank it, they did this wood treatment up on
It's
that.
sustainable within the car.
They do have those old dais, I recognize that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was one from the other office.
Yes, like you would call
The
the
one that, when we set it up, you were always looking at the back of
Oh, yeah, yeah.
everybody on the one side.
That's like, but if you're someplace else, like you could,
House.
like if you're close to downtown, I was like, where are you? Like you could go somewhere else if you want. There's like short
That really putting earlier. And then they actually did a.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an, yeah, it's from my head, the no, I was bummed, I wanted to go, I don't know, but it's a really nice building, they had. Issues with getting it renovated. Yeah, it took them. Way over a year,
Bunch of expenses too.
yeah.
It's the city, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It is.
How many do we need?
Where it was.
Okay.
Tim's.
Okay.
Thanks. Ed?
It's nice as that.
Bob Huff sent me this morning.
legislate.
Little bit of time. On that.
Is Ed the only one on camera?
What camera does?
We don't have a quorum, do we?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
When Tim gets here. right?
It's in the.
Yep.
Well, no.
Sam.
Oh, Ed's online.
Oh, yeah.
There's that.
No, it's kind of funny to start. Phase
To
two.
meet everyone in person. But yeah, we can set you guys up to be remote, just this week was too tight, but we can do it in the future for sure.
It's a transportation.
But he's
one
still
that
not coming.
morning too.
Yeah,
On and Angie.
most agendas usually on Thursdays, so anything after Thursday. yeah.
Tim Sandoval said he's coming, so that's the person we're doing.
But yeah, definitely moving forward, we can.
I wasn't gonna, I thought we were gonna go right into it, but. they're in-
I love those raisin. The oatmeal raisin. Good.
Or, yeah. They can be online. we just-
You're still there.
How many minutes?
I think it's 20 on. Yeah. Carter let us go. We didn't even start the argument in Carter's court until 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we went to. Just, yeah, he stayed over, very accommodating. You know how he can be.
Yeah,
with the Loose cannons.
yeah.
Yeah, he was very accommodating. I think it's almost. Which is. The only part I don't like about appeal is if they get paid for all benefits, you have 2 briefs, right? So they write a lot more than I do. But-
Yeah. And they've got a project.
I think
Big one.
it's just so we're.
How many issues on it all?
It's mainly one, just kind of like what you made.
I think that's.
It's all about who pays for the cost of relocating in a citizen, Southern California.
Yeah, I'm
gas
just thinking,
facility.
just start calling.
So OCTA is building
I don't know if
a project in Santa Ana and they had to relocate.
because no one's.
Well, that is in the SoCal gas, facilities, or at least the utilities did to make way. Total cost about 15 million. Just who has to pay? for that?
What is the issue? Abuse of discretion or just misinterpret, just plain law?
Statutory,
Statutory
case law
interpretation. Oh, is it de
interpretation.
novo?
Uh,
Is it de novo review? I mean, is it de novo?
it's pretty much. I think. Well, if the lower court ruling is presumed correct, so there is a bit of, yeah, there is a bit of a.
Yeah,
But not much, it's
not
like,
much. Well,
and in the judge's mind, probably not.
exactly. Yeah, because how could I be wrong?
Yeah. So there's really no fact, the whole argument was based on stipulated facts, so
Right.
yes, there's no factual disputes that. Although in their briefs, I think the utilities forgot some of the facts they stipulated.
It's good to be the-
But I reminded them.
It's good to be a respondent, yes.
My kids, my grandkids. Sledding, I was climbing up and down the hill and I'm like, I was so amazed that it didn't hurt.
And it didn't swell or
It
anything.
didn't swell or anything. I mean, I had some stiffness and I have a little bit of soreness like in my calves and stuff, but I mean, I would have anyway, that's normal. But it's fine. And I had seen surgeon on Friday for follow-up. It's general. He's just like,
That's good.
and I was just telling him, you know, thank you.
You're in
for everything. He's like, don't thank me. He said,
Oh,
you
you
did
are?
the work.
I was cracking up
Because
because
I
it's her
swear
birthday on Thursday.
Yeah. That I'm doing this well. From all
So
of
she goes for
rehab therapy.
And then she's
So
like, oh, coach, so I have to
whether
go to
it's a
Southgate
replacement,
Like,
whatever.
And I was like,
If you're,
"What? I'm going to
do
Palm
what you
Springs."
need to do
Southgate?
to get yourself.
Trying to endorse.
6 of 1, happy birthday, right?
I can't believe what's going on.
I was out last weekend.
Really? Like, oh, it was good because it didn't seem that warm. Like, it's gonna be really warm next weekend.
Well, yesterday was.
All right, that's why they showed me.
The day before was about 75.
That's what we never stop.
Next week it was.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's like she had and then she was like, you know, she's like even her birthday Thursday, she's gonna go to 5:30 a.m. practice
All the way around.
until 7.
7 minute delay.
Then we're going to Disneyland. She was skipping afternoon practice. But like, she was like, no, I have to go to morning practice. Oh, okay. It's like on your birthday, you would go to practice. She was like, yeah.
I kind of remember those days.
Go ahead and get started.
Do we have,
Was Tim?
yeah,
We're good with
do
him?
we have quorum now?
Yes.
We do? Okay. Alright, so we will go ahead and call to order the regular meeting of the capital projects. Construction Committee. Sorry.
There's some stuff.
We're gonna change those. That's, yeah. Testing, test, okay, all right, so let's try that again. So it is now 11:08. We'll go ahead and call to order the regular meeting of the Capital Projects and Construction Committee. Yanine, do you have any instructions for today's meeting?
This meeting. We're holding this meeting in compliance with Brown Act rules relating to the following video conference meetings that a number of committee members are participating via the conference. Each of the conference location has been identified in the notice and agenda for this meeting and made available to the public. For committee members joining us via teleconference, please use the raise hand feature. The raise hand feature if you would like to speak. You will call in the order you receive the raise hands. For your awareness, there are microphones in the stage that will pick up any and all conversations taking place during the meeting. Please be mindful of it and wait for your turn to speak. Members of the public that have joined us in person and would like to provide a comment, please fill out the comment card located by the or submit the card to Charlotte and we will call when it's your turn to speak. For members of the public that have joined us at the conference location and would like to provide a comment, please notify the staff present when you would like to provide a comment. And lastly, public comments are limited to 3 minutes, and that concludes our meeting instructions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yanine.
Charlotte, you can roll please.
Yeah. Chair Moss, present. Vice Chair Hepburn. Member Reese. President Shevlin.
Here.
Member Lowe.
Present.
Member Sternquist. Member Dang. Member Jimenez. Member Sandoval.
Here.
And Supervisor Solis. We have forum.
And I just realized that I totally didn't know what to do, so it's time I will have to remember several. Please,
Will you all please rise and face the flag? Put your hand over your heart and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, so that will bring us to public comment. Yanine,
Madam Chair.
have any public comment requests?
Ed has a,
Ed, Ms. Reese?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I don't know if I'm having a hard time hearing staff here on this side, but I believe I may have been missed on roll call or I didn't hear it. My apologies, but I'm here, obviously.
Sorry about that. Can you hear us now? Can you hear me?
Members, are you able to hear staff at all?
I hear them. It sounds like either almost like I'm hearing them through somewhere else. It seems like it's not coming through that mic, but
You're all the way up. Try now, Charlotte.
Okay, there we go. I'll let you repeat the call for you then, Member Reese.
yeah, I'm hearing almost like you're speaking twice.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you perfectly now.
It's because of the double mic.
I'll just state roll call. Member Reese,
Here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that will bring us to public comments then. Any, have there been any requests for public comment?
We did not receive any written public comment. I'll allow a moment for teleconference members to indicate whether members of the public would like to comment. I do not see any raised hands. I see member Reese's hand that is still up, but maybe that was from the roll call.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Great. And that will then take us to the consent calendar. Yanine, do we have any public comment requests as to our consent calendar?
We did not receive any public comment requests, and I will allow a moment to see if any members of the public might have any. I do not see any raised hands. We may proceed.
Great. Colleagues, do we have any questions or comments as to the consent calendar?
Motion to move to approve consent calendar, items 4 and 5.
Okay. Second.
Chair Moss, let me just indicate that my name is President Flo, which I appreciate the promotion to, but it really shouldn't be president.
Okay, we'll go ahead and make that change. Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second, please.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
okay, Chair Moss,
Yes.
Vice Chair Hepburn. Member Reese,
Yes.
President Shevlin,
Yes.
Member Lowe,
Yes.
Member Sternquist. Member Dang. Member Jimenez. Member Sandoval.
Yes.
Supervisor Solis. Okay, motion passed.
Okay, that will bring us to item 6. Kevin, for the Director of Capital Projects Monthly Reports.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair Moss and committee members. This update item is the Director's Capital Project Monthly Report. Written report is attached to the agenda. Overall, we continue to make progress with our projects for the 5760 interchange project. The contract has signed the contract agreement, and we are currently reviewing the insurance documents. On the verification of the documents, we'll issue the notice to proceed, and then we'll kickstart the construction of the project. This is a $266 million project, and we're very excited to get this much needed project into construction for the community. While the recent storm event have caused scheduling lag to some of our active projects, we'll continue to review the schedule and look for ways to mitigate the impacts. Now, for the Montebello project, staff presented an update to the Montebello City Council on March 22nd. It was very well received and supported by the City Council. We're currently scheduled to advertise the project in April, which is this month, and the schedule to bring the bid to the committee for approval would be late June. In order to meet the CDC funding deadline, we're going to have to schedule for a special meeting. Currently, we're looking at June 26th. So if the community member can kind of pencil that down, we will have the staff reach out to confirm that date. And so this is a correction to the written report, which says that the bid that we would take it to the committee in July. We have to do a special meeting for that. That would be late June, tentatively June 26th. And I just wanted to also thank the staff for the hard work to put this together and move this project closer to construction this year. So with that, I conclude the monthly report and open this up to comments. And this item is to be received and filed.
Okay, do we have any questions or comments on this report? Okay, it has been received and it will be filed. That brings us to item 7, active construction projects. back to you.
Yes. So, yeah, thank you, Chair Moss, committee members, for this item. We'll be providing a verbal report on the active construction project. We're gonna start with the Diamond Bar Golf Course Improvement Project. Slide. Now, this photo was showing the installation of seismic bracing for the new maintenance building. If you look at those bracings, the intent of the bracing is really to minimize the deformation of the frame, the structural frame for the building. During an earthquake, building tend to shift, and the bracings will restrict the movement of the frame and thus minimize any damages caused by an earthquake. Next photo. Now, this one is the installation of the plumbing for the new maintenance building. Typically after the rough framing is completed, the contractor will go in to install new utilities. That would be electrical, plumbing, HVAC, IT, for example. And after that, they'll close out the form and the wall. Next photo. Now, in this photo, you see the formation of the formwork for the storm drain RCP transition structure. Typically, a transition structure is used to connect two different storm drain system of the different sizes, different shapes. Over here, you can see the RCP, the round shape on one end, and it kind of goes out to a box structure. So after the form is done, the inspector would typically go in to check for clearance between the rebar and the formwork. And if everything checks out, they would go ahead and pour concrete. Okay, next item. And this photo shows the installation of the drainage for the new greens. So that concludes the presentation for the golf course project. If there's any questions, I can address them now. All right, the next project we'll do an update on is the Fairway Drive Grade Separation Project. The first photo, it was taken on March 22nd, and this one we're looking south on Fairway. And it's after a recent line treatment of the subgrade. The line treatment helps to increase the structural capacity of the existing soil. And you could see that the curb, the sidewalk, the median have all been completed. But also from this photo, you can see that the roadway is very wet. It was after a recent rain event. Next photo. Now, this one was taken on March 29th, and it shows the restoration work of THTC property, which is one of the private properties that's on Business Parkway that was affected by construction. You could see a section of the completed retaining wall on the UP right away, and the crews were working on drying and recompacting the base material, which was affected by the wind. We're hoping to get this parking lot completed by the end of month in April. Next photo. Now, this one was taken on March 23rd, and it shows the contractor installing a section of LT2 track that's east of Fairway, which is one of those tracks that provides rail services to the businesses in this area. Overall, we want to say that we continue to focus on activities on Fairway Drive, which is on the critical path of the project. Throughout the earlier of this year, unfortunately, we've had quite a bit of unprecedented storm events that did have an impact on our project schedule. But we're continuing to assess the impact of these rain event, and we continue to look for opportunities to mitigate some of these delays if such an opportunity comes along. But right now, we are looking at substantial completion of the project by early July of this year. Is there any questions on Fairway before I move on to Fullerton? Next project we'll give an update on is the Fullerton Grade Separation Project. We have a series of aerial photos that we want to show. First one is looking west along the recently completed shoe fly track. There were two shoe fly track that we had to do the cut over. The second one was completed on March 11th. So right now we are in what we call a UP railroad track seasoning period. The intent of that is really to monitor the shoe fly track that we have constructed. After they put the train on there, they're gonna run it for roughly about 30 days and to make sure that the shoe fly track, there's no issues with it. And then after that's completed, then they'll allow us to remove the existing mainline track. And that mainline track is on the critical path. Going on to the second photo. This is an aerial looking down at the former Jack in the Box at the northwest corner of Fullerton and Gale. This business has been out for construction. Hoping to get this work completed, get the property back to the owner for use by end of this month as well. Next photo. This one is looking at the intersection of Fullerton and Roland, San Jose area, where we're reconstructing the intersection. And you can see panels of the newly paved concrete pavement in that intersection. Concrete pavement work will continue through April and into May. Main restrictions are in place for fairway and also east-westbound traffic for that intersection.
Can I ask on that
Yes.
intersection there, obviously all that is concrete and then the other side, it looks like it's asphalt. Will it be half and half? I can't tell, it looks like it's asphalt, maybe it's just dirty concrete. So on the left, I think here,
Yeah, it looks like it's concrete.
the right side is concrete as well.
Right side, that's asphalt.
So the intersection will be half and half.
Yes, I believe so.
That's interesting.
Looking at it from a different angle, so I'm not sure what area you're pointing out to.
See, this looks like asphalt, and then this looks like it's all going to be concrete.
Right.
So it looks like you've got a 50-50 intersection.
Then
The finish condition should be all concrete.
Okay,
Right,
on both
yeah,
sides.
yes.
Okay,
The
that's
intersection,
that's
yeah.
what I was.
Yeah,
that's what I was-
typically, you have the concrete.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's a stage construction.
Okay.
Okay. Just one last note, the latest schedule for Fullerton, we're showing project completion in June 2025. And with that concludes my remarks. I'll be happy to answer any other questions.
Okay, all right, colleagues, any other questions? None? Okay, well, that brings us to number 8, Chair's report. And I am pleased to report that the construction contract for the Montebello Corridor Grade Separation Project will be advertised for bids within the next few weeks. With that process expected to take about a month, and then followed by the review and evaluation of the results. Staff plans to bring the lowest responsive and responsible bid for consideration by the Cpcc or to the Cpcc in June to award that contract. And that is anticipated that construction will then get underway in the fall. This is a huge milestone for the Montebello project. It's been 2 decades in the making, and I would like to take this opportunity to give staff a huge kudos, pat on the back, rah, rah. I mean, it's just good job to the entire project team. That's about it for me. Do any of the members have any other comments or anything they would like to report? All right, well. thanks.
We're looking for just
Yeah, no, I was gonna mention that.
Kind of looking around.
It's really nice. So
Madam
we
Chair.
got to be here in person and Ed, you know, it's nice to be able to see you online there, sir. You know, I know that this is still evolving. You know, and there, I still thought it was gonna be at 12 and I was almost expecting to be at 12 and then Sam reminded me. So I think that's what happened to one of the other members as well. But we'll get there. And, you know, it's really nice to be here in the new building and see everything. So it's good to see everybody.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
if I may. Just real quickly, my apologies for not being there. Mondays is a tough day for me. I have my staff meetings with my team in my business. And so it's hard to get out there in time. So I will have to remote for this meeting, unfortunately, and Madam President, as well as for our executive board meeting on Mondays. So my apologies on that, but so I'll remote for 2 and I'll be present for 2. So thank you.
No, you know what, and honestly, that's another thank you to staff for being able to, again, make those moves and be able to help us be here remotely if we're able to do so. So
And you
much
look real
appreciated.
good, Ed. Looking real good online.
I like the background.
Oh, yeah, I'm here in the council office.
You're even showing up on the big screen.
Well, if there is nothing further from anybody, then this meeting is adjourned at 11:28. And the next regular meeting will be Monday, May 1st in this room at 11 a.m. Thank you very much. I know Tim